Hello, welcome to Irish Football Fan TV. It's myself, Paul Nealon, and I'm happy to announce that the SSE Airtricity League has now announced a new streaming service called Watch LOI, which would be €55 for Irish customers to stream all League of Ireland games, not just their own club, but it's €55 for all the games for every other club, with the remaining fixtures of the SSE Airtricity League season, and of course the Extra.ie FAI Cup as well. Selective games we put on that, and if you're living outside of Ireland, it's going to be €69, which is supposed to give you more games, and on top of that you have the games from RTE and Air Sport. So it's a fantastic initiative. I'm out in Fuel H quarters today to talk to some of the players featuring from each club, so check it out and see how I go on with the lads today. I'm delighted to be joined by Gary Deegan. He's here representing Shelburne, and today is the launch of the Watch LOI streaming service. Firstly, Gary, how have you been? It's been 4 months off. I'm sure you're itching to get back.
Yeah, it's been challenging. New challenges always arise, and let's see who can adapt the best. And I think looking at us from the team perspective, I think it's brought us all a little bit closer. We've introduced Zoom, which has brought a bit of bond and a bit of activity as well with it. And you just got to embrace the changes. There's no point dwelling on it. The season's around the corner, so just go and enjoy now.
Yeah, I think the best thing that Shelburne have done over the course of the coronavirus was set up the Patreon, and it seemed to keep a lot of the fans in tune with what's going on. Had a lot of legends on the podcast and so on. Have you been impressed kind of from the commercial side of things, how they've managed to keep going and adapt to situations like yourself?
Absolutely, I think it's a great way to keep people engaged, keep them updated. You know, every fan now wants to be included, wants to be updated, and it's a great way to keep them engaged.
Yeah, and you mentioned there with the Zoom and stuff like that, but what have you been doing trying to keeping yourself occupied, as well as obviously fitness wise? What have you been doing to keep yourself in check for when we do get back playing?
Yeah, so for instance, in the early stages, we couldn't train together. So the next best thing is a Zoom call. You get everyone on it. You can trash out a bit of trash talk. You can, challenge people, call people out, and it's a great way of engaging with your teammates while you're away. And I keep mentioning the word adapting. You got to keep trying to do it. You can't stand still. The whole world is experiencing something new, so you just got to try and ride with it.
Yeah, and I know you touched on it in a recent interview just there though. The fans really seem to have taken to you since you arrived at Talca Park. How nice has that been? Kind of, you seem to be the heartbeat of the team now.
I don't want to be talking about myself, because at the end of the day, it's a team game. I can't do what I can do without the support of my teammates. But just to touch on that, Talca Park, the first game I experienced here in about 10 years at Talca Park was a great experience for me. Really got behind the lads, very influential in how we've gone about our season. So it'd be interesting now to see when they're not there.
Yeah, and that's something I kind of wanted to talk to you about. Obviously, the fans seem to have drove Shells on this season, and there was such a good attendance in regards games was selling out left, right and centre, which hadn't been the case, and Shells obviously being just newly back promoted. But are you excited for the run-in? Because I think as a Shells fan myself, watching us playing against the likes of Dundalk, that don't seem to fear anybody.
No, I think the manager's instilled a belief, a mindset, and that's what you got to do with these new times with no fans. You just got to keep adapting to it. Some teams rely on fans and stuff like that. We're going to rely on each other, and I'm happy with what we got in that squad.
Okay, and the beard's still looking immaculate as always. So I just want to wish you best of luck for the restart and with the streaming service as well. So thanks for your time.
All the best.
I'm delighted to be joined by Dundalk's Daniel Kelly. Daniel, it's been a long break. How have you been coping, and how excited are you to be back playing football now?
Yeah, it's been a long break, as you say. Most people saying another pre-season under our belt in the same year. It's been difficult, but it's great to be back. I think the first day we were back, we were like a kid on Christmas, sort of getting back, being able to train. But it's been tough, but we are where we are, and thankfully the league starts back next week, and hopefully we can get a win.
Yeah, I was speaking to Pat Hoopin during the break, and he was saying how frustrated it was, because obviously he just want to get back playing, and now it's going to be a reduced league fixture, which is going to be hard, of course, on yourselves to try and get the league title back. I mean, you're defending it this year, but just in regards, you've been playing a few friendlies and stuff like that, and he's confident now coming back that you'll be up to speed when the season starts.
Yeah, I think so. I think we've done really well in training, and the friendlies that we have played, we've done really well, which is good. I think it's going to be difficult for any team to try win the league this year because it's, as I said a couple of times, it's not usually it's a marathon for a season, but I think this one's a bit of a sprint because it's only 13 games. So there's I think people are already ruling out Derry and the likes of Bowes and stuff, but they have a great chance of getting if they if anybody goes in a bit of a run in their league, it's hard to stop teams. So you don't know what's going to happen, and because there's so little games, it's anyone's title, absolutely.
Well, I think that's the thing. It's more of a freak case this year.
Yeah.
It's something that's happening in the world that no one can control. So I just think it's something that possibly we just have to get on with. But I just want to touch on, obviously Dundalk had a lot of new signings during the summer, but no one's really seen yet so far. I think, are you excited that they can show what they can deliver now in the next few weeks?
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of people will be impressed with the likes of the lads we've got in. I know Stefan is sort of gone under the radar a bit because of what happened, but we call him the Serbian wizard. He's an absolute genius on the ball. He reminds you a bit like Bernardo Silva. So we've a couple of Americans that has done really well as well. We've got Nathan Adua, who's going to light up. I know not most people won't be able to watch him live, but they'd be at home watching him, and he's an absolute, it's impossible to defend against the man. He's an absolute genius on the ball, and he brings a lot to Dundalk, and he's been a lot of the lads have settled in really, really well. So I think the fans at home will be delighted when they get to see the lads.
Yeah, I think obviously with European competition coming up, and it's been a bit of a worry not knowing what's going to happen, this, that and the other, but it might be a good chance for, as you say, someone like Stefan to show and yourself to show what they can do on the European stage.
No, absolutely. The European stage, as they say, is the biggest of them all. So obviously we'll be playing it against a much tougher opposition. We need to get a bit of luck hopefully in the draws, and you don't know where it'll take us, but there's a lot of people that can play in our starting 11, so it's going to be hard to get into the starting 11. I think everyone's in the same boat, but hopefully we can all go out and show what we can do.
I'm just asking, on the streaming service that obviously launched today, how excited are you for that? The people, not only just the people in Ireland now, but people abroad can actually watch the games, which has been a big stumbling block in my opinion.
Oh no, big time. I think it's great for the league. It's great to get the league out there more. I think there's people obviously that aren't living in Ireland that would love to be able to watch it, which is great now when they're over in England, Scotland and Wales and stuff, to be able to watch it. So I think it gets the league out there a lot. I think the price is very, very good. I think it's a win-win for everybody, and I think it'll do really, really well.
Yeah, and obviously there's people who emigrate to America, Australia, Canada as well, who obviously
big time,
fans don't get to see it.
Exactly, yeah. So everybody's going to be able to watch it no matter what, which is great, because I think if fans can't get a chance to go to the games, at least they're able to still watch them at home now, which is great.
Yeah, everyone's a winner. Well, Dan, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Best luck at the rest of the season.
All the best. Thank you very much.
So I'm here at the SSE Airtricity League Watch LOI event, and we're here with Benny Iggy on. Did I get that right?
Yeah, you got that right, man. You got that right.
Benny, how are you keeping? It must have been a long wait. It's 4 months now since a ball was kicked. You must be itching to get back now.
Yeah, I think myself and everyone else who's involved in football, they're really excited about the prospects of getting back on the pitch, getting back to having challenges, We're looking forward to it. I'm excited for it, and I know everyone else are too.
Yeah, how have you been finding the break itself? Obviously, I think everybody in the world globally has been going mad because they don't know what to be doing. They're finding different challenges and different kind of obstacles in their life, and they find in different ways. What did you do? Did you find anything new about yourself that you might not know?
I just found that I can be very creative, You find new ways to entertain yourself, keep yourself sane, keep your mind okay. The first few days you think, okay, it's not too bad because you think it's a short-term thing, but then after a couple of weeks, second week, it starts getting a bit difficult. The sleep pattern gets altered, so you just have to find new ways of being creative and doing things. So a little bit of a run in the morning, just going for a walk in the evening, stuff like that. Just mixing it up a little bit, spending some time on the phone with the family because obviously you can't travel back home. Just things like that, and it just helps you to appreciate things a little bit more, appreciate the family you have, appreciate the life that you have, and just appreciate being healthy, because a lot of people have difficulties as well, so you have to think about that, From my perspective, my mum's sister passed away, so it was a difficult one to take, but hey, It's
Sorry to
life.
hear.
You just keep moving on. You keep appreciating the good times that you have right now. You know.
But I think that's the thing as well. Don't think as many people realise to appreciate the things around them, nature, whatever it is, running, jogging, walking, and
Yeah.
small little things like that that people take for granted on a daily basis. And obviously, I think fans are missing football more than ever, as much as players, I suppose. But at least they have the Premier League to watch or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But you haven't been able to play. But you've been doing a couple of friendlies and stuff like that. So how's that been?
Yeah, well, it's been good. I mean, we've only had 1 or 2, but it's been okay. You know, it's just nice to have a bit of competition. Like the main thing for me, just being able to just train again, train properly with the boys. You know, just having a bit of banter. You know, stuff like that. You miss it. You don't realize how much you miss it, but someone taking the mick out of you because of your hair or something like that. It's so good. You know, it makes you feel so good. You appreciate that. You know, and like you said as well, the little things are so big to us. So now we get a chance to just reflect back on that and understand that, yeah, now we're going to enjoy it a bit more. So hopefully the fans enjoy the games as much as we do, because we're looking forward to it, yeah.
How have you been adapting up in Finn Harps to Donegal? What's it been like for yourself?
It's been cool, you know, up in Donegal, they've got a lot of cool stuff, you know, the nature.
Beautiful place.
Oh man, I didn't realize it was that good. You see certain things that you see on TV and you didn't realize, oh, it's just down the road there. So it's really good to just explore the local area and speak to the people. You know, the people are so cool as well, really friendly. This is the only place in the world I've been to where everywhere you walk, someone waves at you. It's like, so everywhere I go, like, just waving at people just because you think they're going to wave back at you, because that's what they do, you know. Really cool people, really good place, and enjoying it so far, you know. Like I said before, just appreciating all the little things that you get a chance to experience.
Now, 13 games to go. How excited are you for the run-in now? You know, a bit of a mixed start, but I think there's games there that Finn Harps can win. And how are you feeling ahead of the restart, I suppose?
Well, first of all, we're excited that we can get games again, proper competition to test ourselves, see where we're at and where we're going. Like you said, the games are challenging, but you know yourself, every game in the League of Ireland is a challenge.
Yeah.
So we just got to give our best and then let God take care of the rest, you know, give our best and that's it. You know, that's it really. I'm just looking forward to getting a chance to give my best.
Okay, and just with the streaming service, obviously it's launched today, how excited are you for that? Now it's going to reach out to a much more global audience, which is, I think, is what the league has needed for a long time now.
I think that's really cool. I mean, sometimes you don't get a chance to watch the game because you're either playing and there's another game on, so like sometimes they record one game and they miss out your game. So now you get a chance to go back and you say, hey, what was the game like? I can watch that. Or if you're playing a bit later on, you can watch the earlier game. So it's really good. I think it's really cool, and I think it's a great initiative, and I'm quite pleased it's out there now. Yeah.
Yeah, and as I say, it's a much global audience for yourself to express yourself on now. So best of luck with the restart, and thanks very much for your time.
No, thank you very much.
I'm delighted to be joined by Bohemians captain Keith Buckley. Take two. Keith, how excited are you now that the restart's coming back?
Yeah, it's good now that we've actually have a final date to start the season, you know, because there was dates thrown here and there and finished dates and all. So now we've got a goal now, and I think it's the 2nd of August for ourselves down in Cork. So that's our date, and we've got to be ready for that. Yeah,
well, there's been 4 months that we haven't been able to play any matches or anything like that. What have you been doing to cope during that time?
Well, as again, we've still been training, you know. We haven't had much time off. Like we've been doing our own in-house stuff and Zooms and stuff like that, training our own, keep ticking over, you know. Gradually building it up, you know. It's basically nearly 2 pre-seasons within a season, which is it's different. So you don't know how to you push yourself so far and then you can fall off short and come in. So
you don't want to peak as well, yeah.
You know, so you have to just be careful with the training, but just keep yourself ticking over and gradually getting better by the weeks, you know.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we got 13 games. You know, it's not an ideal situation, but you know, what is ideal in the world right now with this pandemic going on. But you confident going in with 13 games that you can get a good run going?
Yeah, you know, the lads, everyone has come back in good shape. You know, we've got programs over and they are tough programs. So, and you can see everybody has done them to their max, anyways. Because they come back, it's 13 games, and that's the way it is. Once it doesn't, I was just about worried in a way that it fell into next year and affected next season's later date, and then might affect the end of the season before. So, look, the way it is now, usually we get 2 months off maybe or so in the off season. Now we might have a month, but at least next season we'll restart at a normal date again. So it's not affecting that. So that's a good thing, you know. Yeah,
because you look at, I think Wolves, they're on the full calendar year now this week, you know, because other stuff, European stuff. But just in regards to the European adventure that you're going to be going on, it's going to be one leg now. But how much are you looking forward to the opportunity to showcase what you can do on the European stage?
Well, that's it. You say adventure there. You mightn't be just at home, you know. But it's great to be back in Europe. And 9 years ago, I think it was the last time, and I played. And the game still haunts me away to Iceland. I don't think I'll ever forget that game. We got beaten 5-1. But no, it's good. You know, we've steadily progressed the last couple of years. The club itself, with the team and stuff, and off the pitch stuff. So it's good to be rewarded a little bit that we got into Europe last year, you know, and again, so it's up to us then, whoever we get, whoever it is, we just have to go and showcase what we can do.
And just lastly, as the streaming service is launched today, how much is this a huge opportunity for the league to be showcased all over the world now?
Yeah, as I said, I was talking to some lads that I know abroad that they can watch it now at different times. As I said, there's games Friday, Saturday and Sundays. So sometimes Fridays doesn't suit people if they're abroad, the time zones, but Saturday middays and stuff like that might suit them, you know. It's great that anywhere in the world, you say €69 like deal the package to watch all games. Not just one club for the whole, like it's all games. I know it's only 13 games per team, let's say, but it's great to have a showcase all around the world, and who knows, someone across over in another country showcasing that and another person looks in and buys it and sees something, and this is how it can spoil the effect, and hopefully it does.
Yeah, because you remember the Jordan Flores goal, obviously that went worldwide, so if people are scoring goals like that, you know, it's going to bring eyes on the league no matter what you do.
Well, let's say, yeah, like you see the likes of, for his goal, the likes of BBC, let's say, it's only across the world, but then even social media accounts across the world was putting that up, you know, and that then is like, what league is that? And then people just click into it, and then if they see the streaming going on throughout the whole world, it can be good, and it can help build the league to be a better league, and then eventually down the line we can think about talking about the Ireland League, all Ireland Leagues, you know.
Yeah. Alright, well Keith, I don't want to keep you any longer, this is take two, so I appreciate your time again, thank you. I'm delighted to be joined by St. Pat's goalkeeper Brandy Clark. Brendan, firstly, how are you keeping?
Yeah, good. Delighted to be back training, obviously back working and stuff, and looking forward to fixtures now.
And, you know, it's been a long 4 months, but I know you've been keeping busy, you know, you're a coach as well as obviously being a player. I think you've been mentoring a lot to the other goalkeepers as well, but how has it been for yourself? You know, you've been keeping busy.
Yeah, to be fair, look,
a good complaint, I suppose.
Yeah, no, I'm just waiting on an assessment now for my UEFA goalkeeping A licence. And then just before lockdown, I was kind of made head of academy goalkeeping and stuff within the club, within the 13s, 15s, 17s, 19s. So I kind of oversee the goalkeeping side of things. And you know, we had a lot of Zoom calls with the lads and stuff, kind of to keep them motivated and you know, thinking about the position, because it can be difficult, because you can do all the 5k runs you want and 1ks and 2ks, but it's not goalkeeping at the end of the day. So we set them little tasks, myself and the other coaches, kind of analysing performances on YouTube. Kind of, we just picked a random game or whatever, and we had Brian Maher and Conor Cairns on as guests. Obviously 2 young goalkeepers who've had different paths to where they've ended up now as professional footballers with us. Obviously Brian came in through the academy, under 17s, under 19s, and now as a professional footballer with us in the first team. Conor went, done his degree and stuff in UCD, and has played 50 odd games already. So 2 totally different paths, 2 great stories for the kids to hear, the young goalkeepers to hear, and yeah. So the feedback's been great from the parents and stuff, and yeah, if I can help them out any way I can, I'll try and make it happen.
I think that's interesting you mentioned, like obviously Brian and Conor are 2 really upcoming, really good goalkeepers, and you're a great mentor for them to learn off. But you seem like at Pats, there seems to be great competition for places there. I know we only played a few games and then it was kind of cut short, but do you think there's a lot to come from, obviously, Stephen O'Donnell and yourselves?
Yeah, look, I mean, there's competition everywhere. I was lucky enough to be named in the starting 11 for the first game of the season. I played the first 4 games, and you know, it's not something it's not something I take lightly. I mean, I really cherish the fact that I've played them games, and I'm looking forward to you know, trying to get in the team for Dundalk, because it's a clean slate for everyone. And I know if I'm not doing my job on a Friday, if I'm not helping the team to what the manager wants, well then I won't play. So you know, that's the way goalkeeping is, that's the way professional football is, and you just have to be ready to roll with the punches.
And just, you know, in regards, obviously it's not an ideal situation having just 13 games to play. It's not ideal for anyone, it's a worldwide pandemic, so it's just not ideal for anyone anyway. But Do you think you can showcase what you can do in those 13 games? And when I say showcase, it's because the streaming service, and it'll be showcased worldwide now, which is obviously brilliant.
Yeah, listen, it's going to be weird with no crowds and stuff, and obviously the streaming service is great for the fans who won't be able to attend. My biggest thing is it's just a shame that it's taken a global pandemic for us to get something like this sorted for our league. We've been crying out for this for years, you know.
100%.
In terms of showcasing it, yeah, I mean there's no reason we can't go and perform well and have a successful season. We've been working hard in training. I mean everyone's going to say that, but we really have. You know, boys have been putting in, you know, unbelievable amounts of effort, double sessions, and you know, on and off the pitch, living their lives right, and we'll be ready to rock come Friday week, because we've got 14 games now to try and get to our goals for the season.
Yeah, I know you said it's obviously disappointing not having fans, but hopefully now, obviously next season we can have fans in, if that is the case, and we can still have the streaming service so that the people that are emigrating to the likes, or wherever, they could be in Australia, Canada, America, they're just off the top of my head, because a lot of Irish people tend to go there, but then they can watch it. That's not even showcasing Europe, like. So there's lots of opportunities now for fans to be able to tune in and give money back to the club as well, so no one's really losing out.
Absolutely. I mean, it seems a no-brainer for me to have a streaming service. I'm sure it opens up kind of revenue streams for clubs and different marketing options. So, but yeah, listen, it's just a case of dealing with, in terms of having fans in. It's just a case of following the government guidelines now and dealing with that as it comes.
Alright, well Brendan, best of luck with the restart, and thanks very much for your time.
No bother. Cheers, Paul.
I'm delighted to be joined by Shamrock Rovers defender Pico Lopez. Pico, how are you keeping?
Yeah, all good, Paul. Yeah, just looking forward now to the season starting up again.
Yeah, it's been 4 months. You know, we said that to all the players today. It's been 4 months. Others have corrected us and said that you have been doing stuff in the background. But what have you been doing to keep yourself entertained?
Yeah, I've been really keeping fit, like running around, doing a few gym sessions as well where I could, like from home, and just working on Portuguese, trying to learn Portuguese at the moment.
Okay, any particular reason why you're...
Just now, ever since I was involved with the Cape Verdean squad, I just felt like I needed to kind of brush up on a few things, and just looking into my own heritage and that, like I wanted to learn it for myself, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's been the thing though with the pandemic. People are doing things that are so out of the norm for themselves normally, and it's becoming the norm, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. It gave us a great opportunity to reflect and probably set up new routines and new habits and pick up a skill or pick up a language, like, and you know, in a strange way I've kind of enjoyed it, having the time to myself and trying new things.
Yeah, obviously with the pandemic and it's kind of out of everyone's hand, the league has been kind of squashed to kind of finish out the remainder. 13 games to go. How are you kind of feeling about that in regards to just feel like in those 13 games that you can go on a bit of a run?
Yeah, well, for me, I feel like it's a clean slate for everyone, like, and all the momentum that was kind of built up over the 5 games, it's gone now, and it's important to hit the season running again and getting 3 points on the board as quick as you can, and like that, try and build up another bit of a momentum. And as you say, like, it's a short season that if you can get points on the board early doors, the season at the end of the season will hit you before you know.
Yeah, I think in your case, obviously with Europe, you may have more than 13 games. Obviously, it depends on how results go. Whatever, it's going to be one-legged ties. But are you looking forward to that challenge as well?
Yeah, definitely. Like, European games are special. They really are. The nights are great and the fixtures are great. Like, so really looking forward to the draw to see who we get, and hopefully going one step further than we did last year. Yeah, it's unfortunate that fans obviously can't be there today. We're obviously at the launch of the Watch LOI streaming service, but how much do you think now that this will be a good thing for the league going forward? I think it's something we've been crying out for years. Yeah, it's brilliant, and the opportunity to watch League of Ireland games from home or anywhere in the world, really, it's fantastic, and I'm sure like they do a great job of it, and seeing the lads who are going to be doing the commentary and all that, it looks like a really good product, like, that they're going to promote here, like, and hopefully we can provide the spectacle that to match the expectations of the streaming services as well. I think, and that's the thing, it's so much more, there's going to be so much more eyes on the league. It's going to be fantastic. I mean, how many other players would love, you know, their football skills to be shown all over the world, and now it's actually going to be here, so it's fantastic, I think. Yeah, definitely. As I say, like, you grow up watching football on telly, like, and you see all your kind of idols and all your stars, like, and kind of have that feeling like that, like, you're getting the opportunity now to show what you can do on the telly. Like, it's just like a dream come true for any young footballer. Yeah, now we've had, like, with friendlies and stuff like that, how's the body been feeling, and how much are you looking forward to the restart? Yeah, it's been tough. Obviously, it's like a second pre-season, and after such a long layoff, I know we have a notorious long layoff anyway in the League of Ireland, but this is longer than any kind of off-season we've ever had before. So it was important going back that you'd manage your rest and make sure you're getting enough and eating right, and obviously trying to avoid injuries where you can. Like, but now it's been good. I think we've come through the other side of it for the better. Like, and really looking forward to the first game now.
Well, I just want to wish you best luck in the, I suppose, the restart and everything else going forward. So best of luck, Pico, and thanks very much for your time.
Thanks very much, Paul.